I just wrote 2 new case studies for our own website because their results were sitting hidden for years and we weren't talking about it. And so I wanted to talk about this because I see loads of people making mistakes when it comes to case studies. And this can lose you hundreds of thousands of pounds every year in deals that just didn't happen. So if your case studies look like CVs, then nobody's probably going to read them. And most founder-led businesses make the same mistakes when it comes to their case studies. And again, this is going to lose you money. This is going to lose you leads because you are not presenting your business in a way that is driving those leads to you. And I'm going to tell you what you need to do about it. So I'm going to go through what's broken with most case studies, what actually works. I'll give you 2 real examples and then a 15-minute fix that you can apply today. So the first thing is most case studies are written like CVs. They're long feature lists with generic outcomes about how they helped X do Y. Buyers don't read them. It's boring. They don't really believe them either. And then they're not going to take action based on a case study that sounds like a case study on anybody else's website. And one of the biggest mistakes that we see is people are writing about the activity. You write about what you did, not about the transformation, not about the outcome. And actually, your potential customers want to know what are the results of that thing. Nobody cares that you lovingly mixed the cement to do this piece of building work. People care that you built a really wall at the end of it or whatever it is that you do. We need to be focused on the outcome, not the activity. And you can start this from the very beginning of your case study. So within the title itself, focus on the outcome and not the activity. So what actually works? The outcome headline format. So we want one specific number, named context, and then in whatever timeline. And we need to be honest about that. So it needs to be believable and it needs to anchor the number. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So we work with a customer for a long time and we do their SEO for them and we built them a new e-commerce website. So if we think about the old way, the activity-based type of case study, we might have mentioned long-term SEO partner, we've gained big growth for them over the years. It's a bit woolly, right? It doesn't really mean that much. So instead, what we do was X customer grew online sales by 800% in 2 years. And that matters. We're anchoring the result to a timeline, which gives you as the end user, as the potential customer, some insight into how long this might take. And it's creating it as a feature. So what we're saying is we can create this result for you in this amount of time. And this is what we did for this customer to enable us to do that. So you're going to grab someone's attention much more than if you just said, oh, we worked with these people for a long time and we've done their SEO for them. So another example, again, for us, this is a customer we worked with for a long time. We could have written a title that said, generated quality leads through SEO content. Again, it doesn't really mean that much. It's not going to draw me in. It's not going to make me want to read any more of this case study. Whereas instead, if we had a title that said, one service page on this client site now produces 1 inquiry every single day. The page took 4 hours to write and it's been working for 18 months. Specificity is believed. By being specific, we're helping to anchor it again and we're making it much more believable for people. And it is true, so it should be, right? And the 4-hour detail is what makes it real. So we're saying this is the amount of time and effort we put into this thing, and now look what's happening. It's generating a lead every single day for this customer, and that's a true story. So we need to focus on, again, the outcome. What is the thing that we're generating? Because nobody cares about my content writing process. Nobody really cares about how much experience I have at SEO. Nobody really cares about this is how we logged into WordPress and we added this blog post and we did this and we did that. No one cares about that. All they care about is you did this thing and these are the results that it achieved. So I've had a little bit of a rant on this video. So what's the fix? What's the 15-minute fix that you can do today to make your case studies actually start working for you instead of just being a pretty page on your website? So the first thing is to open your existing case studies that you have. And if you don't have any, then open a blank document and start from scratch. And first of all, rewrite the headlines. So take it away from activity based that we've looked at and move it to outcome based. So specific result in specific time frame for specific context. Don't rewrite the body, just rewrite the. You could do this in one afternoon. I don't know how many case studies you have, but you can easily do this within 15 minutes. And why does this work? Most buyers are going to skim, and the headline of the case study is the bit that's going to draw them in. So even if you do nothing else, even if you don't edit the body of your case study, just by changing those titles should have a positive impact in the number of people that are actually reading them. Now, before I go, I do need to mention something that we need to avoid, because what we don't want to do is fake stuff, right? We do not want to be dishonest with our potential customers. People don't want to work with companies long term if they don't feel like they're being honest and they're not trustworthy. So do not fake this stuff. It is not worth it, and you will probably get found out anyway. So the first thing is, you don't have those specific numbers yet, then the case study is just not ready to write. You don't make this stuff up. There's no point having a wishy-washy case study on your website. You might as well just not have anything. So what I would say in that case is speak to your customers. First off, get permission from them to write a case study. And then secondly, ask them about this. Get this specific number, these metrics that you can really use to highlight the transformation, to highlight the outcome that the work that you create produces. Now, if you've got quite a creative type of business, if I'm fitting a kitchen, for example, then this is a bit easier because I can visually show the results of the work. But what I can't do is necessarily tie that to a number. So in that case, you're probably going to be okay. But if, for example, I am an IT company, I need to have kind of tangible metric that goes along with the outcome of the results that we're achieving for our customers. Hit subscribe. Next video is going to be about doing a B2B marketing audit for your business. I'm going to give you 5 questions that you need to know to find out if your marketing's actually working. And if you want to know more about case studies, put some comments below. If you've got any questions, I will read all of them and I will reply to every single comment that you leave. Thank you very much.